All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the daily briefing. Man, I tell you, the goal for these sessions is to more talk about like the big picture idea, but something I want you, a few things I want to keep an eye on. IBIO, if it can re-break that 7 area, that high a day, whole dollar, half dollar, and then TNXP is a stock that's on the one of the many stocks that's on the VWAP hold high a day break pattern. Same thing. What you would look for on TNXP would be a high of day break with risk on a VWAP fail. I mean, this is a stock. 100 million shares traded at noon, holding above VWAP. It's if you were on the Instagram live this morning, I called this a hideous chart, terrible looking chart. But what changes, what flips the script here, what changes everything is when they hold up all day. Okay, that's something that, again, I think, there's only so much you can go over in a 15-minute webinar, but that's something I want to be clear on when I talk about these terrible charts, ugly setup, higher float. Well, the script gets flipped when it's noon and the stock is trading, 10 cents off the high of the day. It's put clear support at that VWAP level, roughly in the 120s. You get that perk, well, then everything changes. So, all right, those are kind of, well, I should say some of the watches. I mean, we've got SRNE that's hugging VWAP as well. This is another one. I would say probably an 850 break on this, again, with risk on VWAP. And I'm going to move on. There's just too many. 850 VWAP hold with risk on VWAP. Standard afternoon idea. And there's too many to go over. So let's move on. Let's get to the last one I want to talk about is RMBL. This was Friday's squeezer. And I tell you, if you're looking for a consistently repeatable pattern, now you got to be ready. Okay, you got to be ready. But we talked about this one Saturday and Sunday. Again, thanks for everyone for being here on the weekend. When you get these, this is nothing but a short squeeze on Friday. Okay, the stock did not go from 8 to 38 for good reasons, okay? No, don't believe Twitter, don't believe chat rooms, don't believe anybody. RMBL did not go from 8 to 38 for good reasons. Shorts get trapped, you get these moves. What happens the next day? Those red to green areas are continued panic points. Now you got to be ready, but look at what this thing did when it went red to green. 25 to 32 in minutes. So when you see me talking about that, when you hear me saying heavily shorted stock, up on dubious reasons, watch for red to greens the next day, RMBL is exactly what we're looking for. All right, let's get to work. So some of the trends I'm looking at is, this article on Wall Street Journal, this is something I've been talking about non-stop is, what I love about this is this guy is basically this picture on the headline is exactly what why I keep beating the desk on Zoom, on Peloton, so many of these stay-at-home fitness plays. What's this guy doing? I mean, he's leading a fitness class via Zoom. I mean, and guess what? And I pick these articles, okay? Most of these articles I pick are from the morning, okay? Like 7 a.m. I was reading this, okay? Guess who's on the high a day? Zoom, okay? So many of these stay-at-home plays. I consider Spot a stay-at-home play. Peloton's down a little bit, but I don't think for long. And this is that theme I've been talking about. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. Look at all the names in this article. I mean, they're all stay-at-home plays I've been talking about. They're all, look at right here. Right there. Guess who's on the high day ticker nonstop? Amazon, 904 times it hit the high of the day. Oh, hey, You know, who's this article talking about as a stay-at-home play? Zoom's hit the high day 739 times. Microsoft, 492. Google, 448. Apple, 421. Spotify, 386 times it's hit the high of the day today. Okay? These are daily stats. This isn't like this week. Okay? So, especially when it comes to swing trades, focus on these stay-at-home stocks that just make sense in this sector. And, they go on and mention many other ones, but stay-at-home fitness, I actually posted to my personal Instagram, like, the downloads for, like, fitness apps are through the roof. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy, Hey, one of the best ways to fight the coronavirus is to have a good immune system. How do you get a good immune system? Eat right, take care of yourself. If your gym's closed, if you can't go out to the gym, if you can't go to spin class, you still got to take care of yourself. And I think a lot of these companies can benefit from that. I'm not even going to talk about this article. Remember Tesla earnings Wednesday night. I'm going to skip that one. It's just more of the same, just about how Tesla's changing the world. And it's, Elon's the man. But I'll skip the daily Tesla Elon Musk fanboy article and jump ahead to, the number one theme right now, electric vehicles. And EVs, I think are, especially last couple weeks, especially as we head into the fall, we're going to start getting the model changeover with, getting into the 2021 models, and the cat's out of the bag, man. I just think that electric vehicles are going to continue to run and run and run, and it's one of the number one sectors you should be keeping an eye on. And I would say this, and this may, I know I'm normally Mr. Optimistic, but the pessimistic side of me says one way to play this, I just don't see like the laggards of the old line being able to keep up here. And I'm talking GM and Chrysler. I'm looking at you. Ford, probably looking at you. So Volkswagen, looking at you. I think you got to be way more nimble. Listen, GM had an electric car 40 years ago, or whenever that was, maybe 30 years ago. And they screwed it up then, they're probably going to screw it up again. So look to short the old line guys. Look to buy the more agile, newer innovators. And, and I kind of I think of Toyota as an innovator. I mean, again, say what you will about the Prius. At least they came to market with it, whereas GM just kept stalling. So next thing I want to talk about is onshoring. This is going to be a theme you're going to hear me talk about over and over and over again. I think, listen, I talked about my optimism a lot. I think one of the big upsides to coronavirus, and listen, you guys know I'm not discounting it at all, but I'm always looking for opportunity. Okay. I think one of the problems with this world is people want to fixate on what's bad. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Okay. There's bad stuff. Okay? There's war. There's famine. There's terrorism. There's corruption. There's a lot of terrible things in the world. But there have been terrible things in the world since the beginning of mankind. Okay? And there will continue to be terrible things until the end of mankind. Okay? So, my point that I try and bring on these is look for opportunities. Instead of focusing on what is bad, because focusing on what is bad won't make you any money. That might be the number one thing I want you to write down today. Fixating on virus numbers that are getting worse, fixating on any of these bad data points. I don't see how you spot opportunity there. And if you can't spot opportunity, how do you make money? How do you grow? How do you improve? How do you give yourself or your family or your community a better life if all you're doing is hiding in the basement, focusing on bad numbers? Okay? Rant over. That being said, I think history will look back at the coronavirus situation, and I think it'll be a boom for American manufacturing and American productivity, and that might be the single biggest business case, is that so much more manufacturing came back to the U.S. and the products were better and more innovative for it. So that's me making some lemonade out of the lemons of the coronavirus. Doesn't mean I don't think it's serious. Doesn't mean I don't. Hey, it could get worse, but the offshoring boondoggle is reaching an end. Those idiot MBAs, okay, the idiot MBAs from the 80s, the reckoning is coming. All right, you and your stupid offshoring idea. If you got your MBA in the 80s, I apologize. No offense. But I tell you what, I bet if you did, all you did was for 6 years, all you did was study how amazing offshoring was. So anyway, so that's what, again, look at American manufacturing, Europe manufacturing. I think a lot of these companies are going to stand to benefit from increased efficiency and productivity. Speaking of, looking at the positives, this Oxford vaccine, I brought it up last night, this Business Week article. The world is watching Oxford professor Sarah Gilbert. Sarah, let's get her done. Anyway, that study is due very soon. AZN is tied up with that study. I'm optimistic. Something just to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on AZN. I know a lot of the virus plays are getting wrecked today. But here's the thing. And actually, I need to timestamp this. Virus plays getting wrecked. All ignores today. But tune into the daily briefing. And we'll be talking the turn when it comes. Again, you can call me a Pollyanna. You can say I'm way too optimistic, but I've said it a million times, and you're going to get sick of me saying it. Dumbest thing a coronavirus ever did was come to America, and so anyway, avoid the coronavirus plays today. We'll be ready when they start to turn. I think the news is incoming, and I think the news is going to be good. Last thing I do want you to take. Two more. I think keep an eye on Snapchat. If you're looking for a social media swing trade, the clamping continue. They continue to clamp down on TikTok. And I think the single biggest, to me, now I am an old man, but I think the single biggest tie-in or kind of fallback, I should say, for TikTok users is Snap. It's that younger demographic. It's that instant demographic. So I see I predict TikTok will continue to get squeezed, and I think a lot if they get shut down. Or if it's encouraged that people don't use them, I think you're going to see that flow head back to Snap. So let me take that down. Watch Snap with the worsening heat on TikTok. Last one I want to again bring up. This is an older article, but it's cool, and it actually Business Week tweeted this right before I went live, and it's older. I think it's a couple weeks old. Yeah, July 20th. But a 28-year-old with no degree becomes a must-read on the economy. I like the article, but what I want to focus on and what I want you to focus on is what is so amazing about right now. You don't need an advanced degree to be an expert in finance or trading. This guy's just some dude that likes to read about finance. Now, he's 10 times smarter than me, okay? I'm not trying to compare myself to this young man, but He's out there crushing it. And why? All he does is read finance, the economy. He's an expert because he's got, I would hold up my phone, but it's on the, it's streaming for Instagram right now. Or this computer in front of me I've got, 300 megabit internet. I've got 8 screens. I've got unlimited access to information. Anyone can be an expert right now. If you're passionate about something, if you work your butt off, okay, this guy didn't, become a must read on the economy by, spending 6 hours. But if you truly are passionate about something, especially finance and trading, there's, unlimited access to information out there, all in your pocket, okay? So whatever it is, maybe it's trading, maybe it's finance. I would hope it is if you're here. Maybe it's gardening or, I don't know, farming, or auto repair. Look at auto. I don't know why auto repair came to mind, but look up Rich Rebuilds, okay? It's a great story. Look up Rich Rebuilds. Crazy smart guy that just became obsessed with fixing Teslas. Now, as far as I know, he's kicking butt. I listened to a Joe Rogan podcast with him like a year ago. But he took an obsession, he took a passion, and he took the fact that he could find out everything into turning it, again, as far as I know, he's crushing it. He's got a successful business. So, all right, everyone. As always, have a great day. Lot to watch out there. A lot of positive news out there. That's what I'm trying to bring to you guys every day. Quit focusing on the negative, man. And if it's not making you smarter, faster, stronger, better, or if it's not giving you an opportunity, get it the heck out of your brain. Delete it. Block it. Okay? Block and report these non-money-making, bad news things. Block and report them. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Back tomorrow morning at 8:30, talking tickers. And we'll see you next time.